Welcome to the channel. This is the 1010 Club, where we focus on affordable watch collecting and more specifically entry-level watch collecting. And if you're an entry-level watch collector like I am, I'm sure you've been more than curious about Kickstarter. Kickstarter is a great way for micro brands to get their watches out into the world. A lot of smaller companies don't have enough money to fully get a watch into production, and that's why they come to us. They say, hey, the public, this is a watch we want to make. Do you believe in it as much as we do? Here's how much money we need from you. If we reach the goal, then you will be getting a watch from us. Or hopefully that's how it goes. Because also, if you're like me, you may have been a little wary of Kickstarter. I didn't really know how it worked, how safe my money would be, and really if I would end up with a watch I was happy with in the end. So that's actually why I'm making this video and why this is going to be a series of videos, because I just pulled the trigger on my first Kickstarter watch. So in this video, I'm going to cover mostly the basics. So what is Kickstarter? How do you find a reputable company or person to back? And 3, how safe is my money along the ride? I'll cover all those basics, but also I want to share with you the watch that I went for, because this watch, I'm hoping, is everything I think it's going to be. It is just gorgeous. It's from Vario. It's their 1918 trench watch. I fell in love with it as soon as I saw it. Jody from Just One More Watch had a sample model, or whatever you call it, a pre-production model. He shared the white and basically orange colorway, and that's the one I went for. The enamel dial, absolutely love. The numerals, absolutely love. It's a very, very faithful recreation of a lot of watches that soldiers wore in World War I. And there's a lot of history attached to that too, because that was really the first time that men started wearing wristwatches. Before then, it was pocket watch all the way. So a lot of history tied to this watch, and it's so beautiful. I said, yes, here's my money. I'm a backer. Now what happens? And that's what this first video is. What happened after I backed the campaign? So we're popping over to the computer today. I'm still here, don't worry. So I can share with you a little bit about what you can expect if you decide to go and fund a Kickstarter campaign. So here is the page from Vario. As you can see, they wanted to raise $22,000 and they raised $215,000. So a lot of people other than me also really interested in this watch. All Kickstarter campaigns have a page like this. It explains what the campaign is, what they want, what you can get. So Vario, I think it's Vario, really go in depth here. They give you background from World War I. They tell you about how soldiers needed something other than a pocket watch. And they show all the different models that they plan on producing. There's a ton of different colorways. And as I said, I went for the white and orange dial that's right here, but there's tons of other colorways I could choose from. So if you are on a Kickstarter campaign like this one, you'll read through it. You'll see if you like the design of the watch, you like the ideas that the designers have, etc. And then you decide whether or not you want to back this project. And if you do want to back this project, you're acting as an investor. You're not buying a watch because the watch hasn't been made yet. They're not even promising a watch. They call it a reward, actually, not like a purchase. And I'll show you more what I mean, because on the side, here you see under support, you can give them money. So you can pledge without a reward. That means you just really, really believe in these people. You want to be a philanthropist, but you don't want anything back in return. So you can decide how much money to just give because you believe in it. Or you can pick different rewards for different amounts of money. So if you want to pledge $20, and by the way, this is a Singapore-based company, so this is in Singapore currency. They do, though, show you how much it is in US currency, or I'm hoping how much it is in your currency wherever you are located. So for $20 in Singapore currency, you can donate and get a single pass leather strap. Sorry, this keeps on getting green. I'm just trying to show you. Here we go. So here for $32, you can get a button strap, or you can go ahead and get yourself a watch. And that's what I did. So you choose your colorway. This is the gray and white colorway that you can get in February. Here's the white and orange that you can also get in February. So you just decide which one you want. I decided that I was going to get the orange and white one. That colorway blew my mind. So you say, yep, I want this one. You tell them what country you're in. they add some shipping, they tell you how much that is, 366 in Singapore currency, that means 272 US, and then you just go ahead and do it. So you make a Kickstarter profile, you give them your credit card, and you pledge that amount of money. But like I said, you're not buying that watch. You're not promised that watch. You are just backing it with the hope that you'll get one as a reward down the road. So let me explain that a little bit further because there are some risks involved in Kickstarter. Number one, it has to be funded for anything to happen. So for instance, if Vario's goal was $200,000, but they didn't reach it and you've pledged, if they didn't reach it by the date they stated, it's not funded and you'll get your money back. But what happens if they do reach their goal? Well, in that case, Kickstarter is out of here. They did their part. Kickstarter is only the crowdfunding campaign. So after it is successfully funded, you're kind of on your own, but you're on your own with the people that you backed. And hopefully they will continue communicating with you up until the date of your reward delivery. So this campaign is backed, which means a lot of people are interested in this watch and it is a go. Hopefully. And hopefully I'll get a watch in February. So it's really all on the creator now, in this case, Vario. I have to trust Vario to come through and actually produce these watches and actually send me one. And that brings me to one of the points about Kickstarter. If you do want to back a watch, you really love a watch, it looks gorgeous, the movement, the whatever really draws you to it, you say, this is the one. Really make sure the person who started that Kickstarter campaign is reputable. Treat it kind of like an eBay seller. Look them up. See how many former campaigns were successful. Have they ever used Kickstarter to actually produce a watch before? Are they verified? Do they have good reviews? All these things are very important for you to decide which watch you want to back. It is entirely possible, and as my wife is finding out now because she backed something on Kickstarter totally different, not a watch, should have been a watch. She pledged, it was successful, but her product that she was promised keeps on getting pushed down the line and down the line. She was promised it in September, and then she got a note saying, sorry, there's a mistake, it'll come in October. October came, one more thing, it should be here at the end of November. So those are production delays that can happen when you're using Kickstarter. And if you can't wait that long, or if you really just don't want to play that game, this might either be something to avoid, or you just really want to make sure you're working with someone who has used Kickstarter successfully before. That was another reason why I went with this Vario watch. They've made at least 2 other successful watches through Kickstarter campaigns. And watch reviewers that I trust on YouTube, Shane from Relative Time in this case, owns 2 of those watches. So I said, all right, listen, this guy has a ton of watch reviews under his belt, and he decided to spend his own money on these watches after he was sent one for review and they were successfully funded. All that combined, it made me trust Vario, and I said, okay, look, it's fully funded, everyone's interested, it's all over YouTube already, so there's going to be a lot of accountability, plus they've successfully made these watches before. That's enough risk management to make me feel comfortable. Click, donate, back, whatever word you want to use. Now please send me my watch in February. And they have been pretty communicative so far. I'll show you a couple emails that I've got from Vario before and the owner, Ivan. So this was talking about a stretch goal that was met. That's another kind of detail of Kickstarter. They have the original funding that they want to make, say $100,000, but they have stretch goals if you get more and more money. So you say, all right, $100,000, normal watch, boom. But if we raise $120,000, you can get a free strap. And if we raise $140,000, a sapphire display case back can be an option. And if we raise $200,000, and so on and so on. So they reached a stretch goal to get the Medic watches as well. So I'll pull up one of those watches here. It's basically the same trench watch, except it has a pulsometer along the outside. It's a larger diameter watch, and it's an homage or a nod to the medics from World War I. So that stretch goal was met, meaning that these are now available to choose. Here's another update I got recently. Brass medic watches have been unlocked. Another stretch goal. Now some of the watches are available in brass cases. So these are the kind of updates you hopefully will get from the company that's making the watch that you backed, because you and them now have a relationship. Kickstarter's out of the picture. It's funded. It's now you and the company. So Ivan has been very great, at least so far, communicating with his backers saying, here's what's happening, here's the progress so far, and here's what we've unlocked so far. And it's all kind of broken down here in this email from Kickstarter. Quite simply, they say, you backed this project, now you're a part of it. Welcome to the family. And they also give you a lot of the background that I'm sharing with you right now. So that's video 1, what to expect when you back a Kickstarter campaign. So we covered how safe your money is, when you get charged, how you should pick a vendor or a watch creator, and then what to expect after you pull the first trigger. I feel like I'm in good hands so far. I've been still obsessing over this watch and trying to find as many pre-reviews as possible just so I could look at it. I cannot wait to see this enamel dial in person. And of course, in February when I get the watch, there'll be a full unboxing, review, etc., etc. But I'll check back in with this Kickstarter series if anything changes, if there's any delays, if there's any better news like an earlier watch delivery prediction, etc. And I'll keep you updated along my journey. If you enjoy this content, give this video a thumbs up. It helps me know which direction to take the channel. A subscription also really helps, so I appreciate that. And if you do want to get a heads up the next time I upload a video, there's at least 2 new videos every week. You just hit that bell icon and then you'll be notified when the next video comes up. Thanks again. Have a great Thanksgiving if you're watching this before Thanksgiving. If not, time is relative, and I'll see you soon.